turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, at the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Felt like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for life. I've been magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laugh. Hey, how could you lie to my face? People claim that they be loyal, they be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting that case.
Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the Queen City of Cincinnati and Paul Brown Stadium right on the banks of the Ohio River. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the Cleveland Browns. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Hands up, ladies! 59. Come on, come on, D.
This is Joe Mixon, fourth in the NFL in rushing last season. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's Dalton. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Great first drive defensively. 3rd and short, able to stop the run.
And what it does is it gives not just confidence to your defensive players, it gives an overall feeling of, okay, we've established things here early. We can carry this throughout the game.
A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at the 34. Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, You've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself the best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
It's a gain of 6, moves them to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And what could he possibly be thinking? He just took the fair catch at the... One-yard line, major mistake. The Bengals drive about to get going. And as these guys interplay in Week 17, we know one thing. They are playoff bound. But, oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away, because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
The Browns drive about to get started. And the magnitude of this game, everybody knows it. The fans, obviously the players and coaches, there's just with them a palpable buzz right now. They know they control their own destiny.
Win and you're in. And I think every player wants that. I think every coach wants that. I haven't been an organization yet that wants to be in a game where they have to rely on other teams to get them to their goals. In this situation, it's very cut and dry. Win, and you're in the playoffs. That's their mission. That's their challenge. And you know they've chosen to accept it.
And what they told us is this has been the most focused week of practice we've had all year. You wouldn't expect any different.
Yeah, and you know, at the beginning of the season, you have multiple goals. They just have one now. Win the game.
27 yards there, a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
King. Tighten up. X3, 218, chop. Hey, alert 33. Hey, Haywood.
Mayfield off the play fake. Flush to his right. Now Mayfield lost the football. And the ball ends up out of bounds, so it'll be a loss on the play.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
He finds Beckham complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 17-yard line. Baker Mayfield, in all likelihood, is going to be seeing a lot of these Cincinnati Bengals in the coming years, twice this season. And he got off to a great start last year as a rookie against Cincinnati. 7 touchdown passes, no interceptions, and 2 wins. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Here's Grant. And that is not going to get it done either. Once again, he's stopped behind the line by this Bengals D. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
Hey, alert, 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 alert.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the Alabama man, Dre Kirkpatrick.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has, really. They come up here now, 1st down.
Check 50. Motion. Mike 50.
Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? Looking for his tight end, Eifert, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Watch the screen.
Here's Beckham now. It's a jet sweep. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
And the Browns' 1st down.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. The start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
180. Alert, 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 alert.
They'll run on 1st down. Grant, and that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
180. King.
They will run with Grant. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Hurry. Let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. Now Mayfield lost the football.
Plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So it's our first offensive points of the game so far, and it gives us a very rare scoreline. We don't see this one often, 5-0.
Yeah, it's been sort of a weird one to this point, hasn't it? But, hey, in this league, you take points any way you can get them.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Dalton. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
Passing, it's Dalton. And able to find Green. Green's first catch of the game. Good for a 1st down. Green last year had the lowest numbers of his career output-wise, 694 yards, 6 touchdowns. But, of course, there was a reason for that. He was battling a toe injury the second half of the season. And, boy, did the Bengals miss his presence. They limped to the finish line, losing under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. Myles Garrett in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Dalton under pressure again, and down he goes again. Myles Garrett in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 set in 2001. So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Demarius Randall. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. On 1st down, it's Grant. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there, 1st down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run on 1st down. Grant. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
This is Grant. And an alley to run. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 11 yards there, 1st down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. 1st down, Mayfield. It's caught by OBJ. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Mayfield. He's going to look for Beckham in the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
But one one thing's for sure. When you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
20. 52 right here. Come on.
Mayfield on first down. Dancing to his left, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Carl Lawson in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Mayfield now, eluding the pressure right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And a short return to the 6-yard line. Week after week, we're seeing plays like this from him. I think he's in line. We've discussed it before for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
And a big reason why, I think, is because of his ball skills. And that's something that, for guys of his position, they've talked about it for years. They've done the drills. But they've really increased it in recent seasons because of the offense have gotten so good. He knows how to take the ball away. That is huge for a defender.
The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Come on, let's go. Here you go, 368.
Dalton, first and 10. He gets this one to Boyd. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up second and 6. Escaping the pressure right. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Right back to him on first down. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They go play action. Mayfield being chased out left. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Carl Lawson, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. From the gun, Mayfield. That's complete to his running back, Grant. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on third down.
A gain of 7.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run it now out of the gun. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Here we go. Here we go.
From the red zone now, Mayfield. He'll get that complete to the tight end, Harris. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Sliding out of the pocket. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? They'll try the left side. It's Grant, and he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Corey Grant, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
From the 29, Dalton. He completes it to Boyd. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
Watch the run, watch the run.
They go play action here on first down. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. A shotgun handoff now to Miller. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. It's a gain of 7, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. So Dalton now. Setting up the screen for Miller. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
That is inches from the upright. It's no good. Wide to the left, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
The Browns drive about to get started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They go back to Grant. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. There he goes left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Corey Grant with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done.
Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. Olivier Vernon, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Myles Garrett with sack number 23 on the year, breaking Michael Strahan's mark of 22.5. Congratulations. Punting now is Huber as he sends it away. That's taken it around the 40. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 3 down, 3 down.
On 1st down, Grant. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. To throw on 2nd and 6, Mayfield. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Flushed out right. He wants it all for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. He's got the hook up to Miller. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Another incompletion. It's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 29. The twop, and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Makes them better.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Greedy Williams, the rookie from LSU. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the...
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, his 11th touchdown of the year, as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and that will extend this big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
A great run, but, this is probably where the offensive coordinator is saying, geez, we could have used a couple of these earlier in the game.
Yeah, he's probably telling the head coach, well, talk to the run game coordinator about that. I just call the plays. We should have had this going right from the beginning.
Got a man open, it's Ross. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Over here, yes.
They'll try and run for it with Miller. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
It's a loss of 1.
What a game this defense continues to play, huh?
Yeah, they've been aggressive from the first snap, and they've controlled this ball game. But right now, if you're on the other side of the ball, you got to match that aggressiveness. No points so far in this game. Moving the football, got to be that way to go against them and try and get some points on the board.
And I'm curious on the defensive side if they stay aggressive, because you know they want to pitch this shutout.
Yeah, they have to be aggressive, but they also have to be smart about it as well, because one mistake can turn into 6 points.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 3rd and goal now as they try to punch in a late touchdown. They'll set up the screen here to mix it. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that'll bring up 4th down. And maybe a final chance to get on the scoreboard here. This is 4th and goal.
Mike 5-9, Mike 5-9. I got it.
They'll try to pass on 4th down. Dalton. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Olivier Vernon. And this Browns defense stands tall. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
They'll run on 1st down. Hilliard. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
On 2nd down now. It's Grant. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd.
Situation, let's go. Slam, slam, slam.
To throw, Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Point it right, point it right, point it right.
Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Cleveland, it's an 11th win of the year as they'll finish the regular season at 11-5. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. But more importantly, they'll get a week to rest as they've earned a first-round bye in this year's playoffs. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm
Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pounds. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congratulations, dude. Ain't packing nobody new, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view, hotel get a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby, I'll be done so soon. Off each store got locks, I got some trusted shoes. Okay, 10K on the countertop, don't look so shocked, it's nothing new. Okay, death comes in threes. Wins come in 2.